Here is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Dmitry Bivol. Craig Spider Richards.
I think he's got a real shot at this.
Well, again, you're seeing the height there, but Craig Richards is probably about 6'4". He's one of the tallest light heavyweights in the world. Dmitry Bivol is 6 foot. He's not a big Craig Richards. He faces...
Seen a 9-1 underdog romp home. Giovanni Stratton.
I think that's what we have to expect from Richards. Back foot, he's moving the same way.
Nice body shot downstairs there.
Time, Bivol cutting him off, trying to close the distance. Here we see Richards
underdog in this one. Stepping up from British Championship level to World. They've certainly got the game plan. Talking to Peter Sims, his trainer this week.
Makes them look like they're doing so much work just by
the odds as well. Will Bivol.
The front foot stuff, Nick, what you mentioned is very asset for them and become a positive for them.
Yeah, what Richards needs to be careful of, Nick, is just
distance as well. He said, you look at Bivol, he uses that.
It was a nice jab to the body from Richards there. When you're on the receiving end of that,
he's circling to the left-hand side, and
you're constantly thinking and overthinking, trying to keep
a flash opportunity to land it, and he lands it with such force when he does so.
It's certainly made a very
pressure him with the feet, and when you're on
his own, he pressures on the front foot, defends coming forward, doesn't bring it back to a responsible position, and he's in range. He will get caught over the right of it.
Jab going pretty effectively here in this second round. Nice. So too did Bivol. Just getting his own jab. Oh my goodness me, he walked into that. And again,
Bivol makes them lunges. What he does. Jab.
Long levers, Craig Richards. He is well set for that full counter right hand. Just how many opportunities
he had. Put him straight back in his place.
That extensive
a little bit slow and a little bit low.
It's a jab to the head.
Jab there of Richards was better. Everything for Richards is going to come off that jab.
Say you're waiting too long, Craig, but this is the problem when you've got a puncher's reputation and then your opponent feels
him as he's coming in, but just backing off and circling in circles. It's just waiting for his own waistband. It's a jab down back, and he just push it out.
He's looking for the right hand over the top there. Bivol, who
opponent feels that power. It gives them the extra time that they need to go to work.
When this is delaying the inevitable for me for Bivol. The 6 foot mark, and he's doing so well, Bivol, to try and out jab Richard. So clever, Bivol. There's the left hook again.
The time that he needs to get to work.
Clever again there.
Good shot.
Better. Now that was better. He got through with the follow-up right now.
The success that he's having. To Bivol's right hand, as Chris has just mentioned there, very clever
in this second round, Bivol. Oh, that talked about the mistakes he makes at.
It's all too easy at the moment for Bivol. He's not.
Opened up right hand. A good little spell there for Richards, but Bivol is straight back on him and pushes him back up to the ropes. That's only picked up.
He'll tee you up, he'll set you up a couple of times with the left hook, so you'd expect it, and then bang, the right hand will come over the top.
The domestic level that he won't get away with here, he just got away with one there, Richards.
Especially, the shots are not necessarily power shots, but the fast and the quite explosive.
Off with the left hook.
Good job from Bivol.
Yeah, of course, against a strong defensive boxer like Dmitry Bivol.
Bivol threw at him after he landed those 2 right hands.
10 seconds, bonus.
He's always just ready to just pull, come straight back at you, and he often counters in combinations when you do.
Bivol's, as I said, he's blocking with high hands, he's blocking with his hands up. Got to keep your composure now.
When Bivol does land it, as well, I think in terms of Richards going to the body.
I think you're absolutely right, Paul. It's hard to see how Richards.
Good jab there from Bivol.
Yeah,
you notice as well, Chris, as you're saying about
I think as well to the untrained eye, this has looked like a bit of a round.
Threw it really well. It landed, and he landed it very well. You know, the rest can come off that.
Then start reaching in and see if you can pick him off.
He's straight onto a right hand because Bivol throws it with no tail whatsoever. It's better though from Richards.
Good shot from Richards.
A little bit like with Joe Smith Jr., where if he can land one of those right hands clean on the temple.
At the moment, Bivol is handling that jab pretty effectively.
He's finding the area.
Richards is going to have to start changing things up. There are other opportunities there, but Richards not able to exploit them.
You have to go for it. You have to leave it in the ring, and the target.
It's a guy with the discipline of Dmitry Bivol. You're not going to get more than maybe one. Just a few moments ago, we can see it here because Bivol inches his front foot into range, but he's leaning back over his.
Target the body area of Bivol. I haven't seen him throwing any body shots yet.
Richards is just leaning slightly further forward, and that just magnifies the impact of the jab when Bivol. Front foot pressure that he applies, the way he just changes the levels of the lead hand position.
As in this fight, I believe he's been very guilty in the past of just doing enough, which is what he's done in the previous 5 rounds, in my opinion.
As we go into the 6th round, it's a formula that works for. Yeah, and it's for
counter right hand though. Before that,
Bivol being backed up in this fight.
To range, which is, as I've just been saying, is what Bivol likes to do. He'll come in and he'll land the
same here for Bivol. Look for the right hand there, and it didn't land.
The jab. The problem is when he throws it out as a single, that's when he's vulnerable to the counter, because Bivol either comes over
the shot and then he'll back off straight away.
Switch down.
Where he is in range in relation to it, the less you throw it, the more the element of surprise.
That type of shot and that type of advice from the corner is good advice.
Well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, Bivol going for it here.
It's ready until it's there. Don't give him a taste of it.
He had the last word there, Richards, but Bivol, Craig Richards is not winning this one on points. There's no way.
2 or 3.
Bivol's also good again because of his old amateur pedigree.
Managed to get there here, and that's when he could be vulnerable, because Richards
only going to be in a matter of time before he has to start throwing that shot, because Richards is doing
this earlier, but certainly got through with the second time he landed it. He's comfortable and in control at the moment.
Pedigree and amateur experience. He'll land a jab, he'll knock the head back of Richards, then he'll back off.
And in there as well. Bivol,
nice stuff from him.
His first there, but did take one back as well. Richards tried. As I said, I was talking
admire it, and he'll admire it, and it's just highlighting what he does well from Richards. That's what we were trying to talk about in the first couple of rounds. You've got it in your artillery, let it go and do it. To this accent and this language. Listen, I think the advice from that corner, judging on it.
He wants the W, and if he can get it just racking up the rounds like this.
He's certainly second best here, but you wouldn't say even 2 that he lands. Bivol is landing 3 to the body from Bivol there, but mainly they both headhunted. Stiff jab there again.
See if that changes things up a little bit, but you know, I'm with you guys.
This position he's in now, Richards holding the centre there.
There again from the champion.
Yeah, Richards just countered there.
And he's being the aggressor, and he's dictating the pace as he is now, and that's been the difference.
And that,
no more on the back foot, no more circling around in circle.
Of distance and the way he glides in and out of range.
He waits to see what you've got, and then when he knows it's safe to do so, he'll have a go. That's what I was saying about
Richards has had some success. Bivol is straight back on him immediately.
You can't just wait and let Bivol dictate, which he has done for the previous 7 rounds.
The 2 of them, he's better until they meet. Bivol is the best in the world by a stretch.
Richards, I just think he'll criticise himself when he watches it back. I think he'll feel like he could have done it.
Yeah, you can hear Peter Sims now saying, come on, you've got to let your hands go, and we haven't seen it.
Almost Canelo-esque in that sense. He may look like he's there, but actually it's far, far harder too.
There's a lot missing. One of a really good group of British light heavyweights, just bubbling under at the moment.
And Richards is boxing well. He's just, as we say,
criticism, you've done very, very well in the performance, but I know you're better than that. And I think
immediately
his back hasn't touched the ropes once. He hasn't been near them. There you go. That's probably the closest he's been so far. But he's keeping his centre.
But of course, neither of them have really tested that. Just a lot of criticism when this fight was made that Richards would be well out of his. He's losing the battle in terms of the volume of shots that he's landing. He's landing good singles, and
it's probably been his best round, in my opinion, so far.
The right hand of Craig Richards has been
circled round him well, didn't he?
He's keeping the centre, and this is better.
Craig Richards is the man that needs to do something a little bit different.
Выйди назад. Он потянется, и здесь могу или правый, или еще раз два.
Well, he'd been beaten once himself, and that was on sand. Did get through. Now, can he build on that? He's got to just put his foot
coming forward, attacking, not showing too much.
Yeah.
Bivol's expecting a jab every time. Then he's
again catch the eye of the judges. It has been a better round for Richard. It's been such a big step up for him.
He was guilty of doing early on. He's holding his own.
He's put down here. Roll the dice. Right hand counter comes in, but Bivol again responds.
It's been neglected all night for me.
Yeah, straight through the guard, set up by the lead left. It got through. And as you said, Paul, that was he does so well and puts Richards back in his place. That's why he's an unbeaten champion.
Kind of southpaw-esque. That's how he got Shaq and Pitties and hurt Jake Baldwin.
Find the leveler here, but assuming it goes out like this, I totally. Can he transfer it to world level? And can he do
not
it?
Being critical of Richards, I'm just saying he'll watch this back, and if he doesn't get the decision,
was there for him all night long. Oh, lovely.
Really feel that into the weight. His punch resistance has looked infinitely better, as it has tonight as well.
He's disappointed if he does end up losing this Richards. He'll learn so much from it.
Jake Ball with it too. Sometimes he looks like he's out of range and he lets it go. And it lands on
through against this unbeaten, classy ball. Well, Richards landed the solid shot downstairs.
On the button, but he's in a firefight here.
Both elbows up high every time Richards throws shots. As you can see, performance. The last 3 rounds for Richards have been brilliant for him. Positive.
He's not been overawed at any stage. He's not looked majorly hurt at any stage. Nice one.
Tucked up. This is decent from Richards.
The body is such a big target.
But Richards showing that greater sense of urgency now, pressing forward. There goes for the body again. Yeah, Bivol looking to finish the round strongly. Again. Got the right hand in there, and you heard Peter Sims say. But also, Paul, I'm with Chris on this. I think he'll take a lot. Has had his success as well. Lovely from Bivol. Again, the flashy finish in the last few seconds of the round. He judges it. His management.
Put down. It's actually a positive way. He's in here with a world champion. He's trying to do just enough, and he hasn't done enough for the last 3 rounds.
Against Craig Spider Richards from Crystal Palace in South London.
But listen, Craig Richards tonight has proved that he can mix it at a level when there's just no real
no urgency at all. He's just tucking up there, Bivol.
What he's been competing at in future, in the past, and in future he can step up to them levels because of work ethic or work rate from him.
But he doesn't need trying to land that left. Because at the midway point of this fight, Bivol had a big lead. It's Richards that needs the urgency.
Yeah, it tells you what he thinks about the fight, Bivol. It tells you that he knows.
Really significant power punch tonight to work. Case for Dmitry Bivol. Enough rounds in the
start, the first and the middle 4 rounds of this fight.
Has really put on a very impressive performance defensively. So to the final bell, that's nice.
It's levels in boxing, as we always say. There's a lot.
Bivol does take it, and that'll do it. Well, Richards can certainly hold his head high at the end of that one, because it will go to the 3 scoring judges.
All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated.
Yeah, Bivol's reflected how you read the fight, Paul Smith, but Bivol had put enough in the bank, but Richards pushed him so close, and he and Peter Sims will go out of this one.